soon as we are in game.
Good luck, have fun, Alicia. Good luck, have fun, says Alicia, as Millennium Stephano spawns in the bottom left-hand corner of Antigua Shipyard. I feel like there's a lot of Stephano fans here.
Of course, man. He's the Canadian Ranger.
Up at the top right-hand corner of Antigua, Slayers Alicia.
Alicia once more going for that 14 forts. Besides that, everything is going to be standard. Well, actually, we have same spawning positions as well, so everything seems to be completely identical to how it was before.
Just another day at the office, Kev, for Stephano and Alicia.
You know, the funny thing is, man, when you were just talking about Stephano just does not get nervous. This morning when we were actually hanging out backstage, I was just talking with him, and I like to shake my legs sometimes, just like in front of like a big day. I knew it's going to be a long day, an exciting day, and then if I talk, like I shake my leg, and Stephano just like grabs my leg, and he's like, "Stop it! Don't be so nervous." And I was like, "I'm not the one who's supposed to be nervous. Like it's you." And then later on, it happened again, and he just grabs my leg. He's like, "Stop it, really." He just doesn't care, man. Stephano is truly, I've never seen a kid like him in esports.
I've never seen a kid like him in competition. Like he's so just mellow. I don't get it, man. He's becoming one of the best players in the world. I'm so impressed. Alicia's not out of it yet, though, Kev, and he is still a very strong Protoss player. He came back from down 0-2 against Red.
Stephano is actually just going to try to run 6 links across the map. The cannon is going up, and it should be in time because these links are pretty slow. So he could potentially warp in a fake gateway as soon as his pylon is ready and then use the probe to block the entrance.
Things are getting close, though. Alicia has the money, needs to start that gateway, and he does. Is that a full wall? That's not a full wall.
Well, with the probe it is.
Yeah. The links can kill the probe, then get through. Will Stephano try?
Yeah, maybe 2, but I don't think he wants to try that. So very nice wall of right there by Alicia. This is actually a good start for him.
Yeah, not bad at all. It's going to delay the third base of Stephano a little bit. Still goes down at about 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which is still very fast.
Yeah, that is true. But he made more links than he would normally make, and that's, of course, a big difference.
Yes.
We had 8 links actually being made, so those could have been 4 potential drones, or at least 3 out of those 4 sets of links could have been drones. So it's better for Alicia. And let's see how he's going to follow it up.
He's got the double gas in his main base right now. Hasn't done anything like start upgrades or take additional gases. Still a bit early for that, Kev. Stephano just doing what Stephano does.
Probe so low on HP and it will fall. That's always nice, picking up those probes for Protoss.
That's the only probe out on the map for Alicia. And Stephano right now just positioning those extra lings that he built right outside this natural. So it's going to be very hard for Alicia to get another scout out. It's going to be very hard for Alicia to get a pylon down outside of his base from this point forward.
Yep, Stephano getting those links as close to the ramp as possible, so he knows that if something will ever leave that ramp, he's going to spot it immediately. I think this is going to be a Stargate ban, and it is going to be a Stargate. So Alicia's, I hope, going for Phoenix play, but yeah, knowing Alicia, he's probably going to open up with a Void Ray and then Phoenixes.
He's just now getting a third gas. Stargate off of just 2 gases, kind of strange.
Yeah, well, it's only 6 minutes and 10 seconds into the game. I think it makes a little bit of sense. He doesn't have that many workers yet. Stephano did already overtake him in the workers. It's 6 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, which is weird considering the fact that Stephano made so many links early on, which did not really achieve anything. But I guess Alicia had to cut some probe production as well, getting that second gate, then cancelling it, having the probe on hold, losing his scouting probe, so it all adds up in the long run.
Everything is just as you would expect from Stephano's side of the map, and the big question right now is what can Alicia do with this Void Ray that he's going to make? We've been seeing these Korean Protoss players continue to fall back to Stargates, and some of them have been making it work, and they've been making it work against the Zerg players that aren't Stephano. But it just seems like Stephano is he's just so capable when it comes to identifying what he's up against and then dealing with it.
I mean, I still believe in Stargate, and I still believe it's one of the best ways this Protoss can open, but I always have my doubts about the Void Ray. A lot of top Protoss players do say that the Void Ray is very good, and of course we're going to have to trust them, because who are we in the end, man, to question those guys? Who are we to question what Alicia does? But it just seems 9 out of 10 times that indeed Zerg players like Stephano, they are so good in dealing with that Ray. Maybe we're going to see an Observer later on. Maybe that Void Ray will be effective in at least slowing down the creep spread. That's an interesting thing that I've seen in the last few days as well. And in that way, perhaps you can still justify the investment.
Stephano does already have 4 queens out. His Evo chamber's done. Spore crawlers are starting, so this initial Void Ray harass is going to be met with lots of resistance. There will be Phoenixes following it up, though.
And that's going to be the real problem, but Stephano knows. Stephano spotted that Void Ray pretty damn early, so he's going to get the Overlords, most of them at least stacked up, as you can see over here. I'm surprised he's not putting them above this Spark Roll. I think he will do that eventually. He's hiding around the, well, he actually has quite a few Overlords around the map, so it is likely that all of those are going to fall eventually, but that's really not a big deal anymore. 100 minerals for all those air units, you gladly sacrifice that.
Robo and more gates going down for Alicia as he begins to transition into that mid-game. Void Ray is looking for openings. Gonna be hard to find them though, because there's spores everywhere, Kev, and Creep is mostly connecting these bases, so Stephano can move queens around.
I love this though. He's gonna try to attack this evolution chamber. Now these queens are perhaps gonna try to get out of position. Maybe the Phoenix can get a grab and beam off, but Stephano is aware of this plan and tries to get this or stay as close to the Spore Crawler as possible.
Yeah, I like how he attacked the Phoenixes first, saying, "Hey, get out of here," before they could kind of sweep in and grab them when they came in range of the queen.
He has to be careful with those Phoenixes. Takes quite a bit of damage. He really wants to pick up a queen. Actually, those 2 queens were very exposed. For a moment, I thought he might have been able to pick them off. He's going to pick up a couple of drones, but Stephano's already at 67 drones, and he's going to have to do this for such a long time to make this worth it. Now we're going to see the real engagement, but ooh, those queens. Stephano actually has enough queens by now.
More than enough, even, as Alicia is once again repelled.
Here comes the Observer.
What will the follow-up be for our Protoss player? Robo's now done. He's making Immortals.
18 Roaches in production right now for Stephano.
Roaches are great, Kevin. I often like big Roach counterattacks on the back of like a successful Stargate defense. But with these Immortals popping out, Alicia might be well equipped to deal with this. He's got a small supply block here, but he's got 1 Immortal out, 2nd Immortal coming.
I'm not sure. Stephano's at 67 drones, and he still has quite a bit of money in the bank. He's going to have an insane amount of Roaches real soon, and Alicia is actually expanding relatively quick. It's not super quick, it's not super greedy, but he's still going to need those superb force fields. He's not going to get away with okay force fields. Not against Stephano.
Yeah, exactly. You are correct. Void Ray is going to give some added defenses against these Roaches. It helps, but this is a lot of Roaches, and they don't die particularly quickly. Stephano just marches right through the middle and says, "Hey, Alicia, I'm coming." He's got 150 supply against 98.
Those Phoenixes are going to help out a little bit as well. He's going to need those good force fields, and then with the Phoenixes and that Void Ray, as you said, that added DPS can be worth it.
Good initial force fields. Good job with the Phoenixes as well. So far, so good for Alicia. Stephano going to poke up into the 3rd base. Look at all the Roaches, Kevin, and Zergling's streaming in as well. Force fields are expiring. How much energy does Alicia have left? Stephano picking off sentries at every opportunity and just continuing to push forward.
Oh, 1 Immortal did fall already, and now the Roaches are so close to all of these sentries. Alicia's going back further and further, which
Where's the Void Ray? It's in the middle of the map. It's not helping with the defense at all, and Stephano's doing some good damage. A lot of sentries have already fallen. A single Immortal remains.
He can just go up right now. That's exactly what he does. He's going to pick up those Zealots. He's still a little bit afraid, perhaps waiting for reinforcements, and a lot of Zerglings are making their way over across the map.
Yep, Lings are going to stream right in, and Stephano going to go back.
If only that Void Ray would have been there much earlier, he would have had so much damage on all of those Roaches.
Now, that having been said, Alicia does stay alive. He does preserve his 3rd base. Lost an Immortal and some sentries, but he's not out of it yet. Not at all, Kev.
Stephano's army supply is actually not all that big right now, but he is quite rich once more. We see him getting a 4th hatch, and those 5 Infestors are on the way. But the good thing for Alicia is that the 1st Colossus is out already. 2nd Colossus is on the way as well, and with Thermal Lens, if only he wouldn't have lost that 1 Immortal, his army would have actually started to become quite scary for Stephano to deal with.
One of the real keys to Stephano's play is how smoothly he transitions. Phoenix is coming down here into the 3rd base, are going to be chased away, but just notice how Pathogen Glands is done, Kev. Stephano was doing a lot of aggression there, but he was still teching.
Oh, so close.
Oh!
It's so risky to fly around with Phoenixes. He wants to perhaps see the infestation pit. Did he see it? No, did not see it.
Did he see the Infestors, though? Because they were almost in range of those Phoenixes. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure about
They'll be revealed soon enough. Stephano just controlling the middle of the map now, pushing this creep forward. And Infestors, with these guys out, we might see another attempt at some aggression from Stephano. There's a single Colossus out. Thermal Lance is almost done.
Two Colossus is out. 2 Colossus are on the map. And we have 7 sentries. And I love what Alicia's doing over here, creating a little wall. And with 7 sentries, he should be fine against his army because it has 75 Zerglings.
Yeah, the Colossi are going to be... Colossi going to be excellent against these
Oh,
lings.
loving that.
Oh, picking up the Infestor. That is excellent play. Fungal going to go down, but
Oh,
no Infestor.
transfusions on the Infestor, actually. The Infestor is still
Oh,
alive.
beautiful
And it's
move.
still alive.
Second transfuse. Third transfusion does not land, but the Void Ray falls. Phoenixes are going down as well, and Stephano keeping it all alive, marching forward. Zerglings, Roaches, and Queens
But
of all
still,
things.
this army of Alicia looks more than strong enough to actually defend against what Stephano has. Stephano is producing the Spire, though. He is on 4 bases. So he is going to be able to produce a lot of Corruptors, and that's exactly what he's going to need to do with these Colossus.
A lot of money, over 2,300 minerals. What is he waiting for? Obviously, he's saving larva, saving money. Yeah, but I mean, he can only make 7 because of his gas. And there they are, 7 Corruptors on the way as Hive starts.
Alicia is moving out right now. This is a pretty terrifying Protoss army. It's
This
one
is
of
a
the 5
great
army
timing.
supply. Maybe he can get a couple of Gravity Beam up on the Infestors. Yes, he gets the first one at least. Second one as well. Nice play right there by Alicia.
It's a really good timing. Stephano's going to sacrifice this base in the middle of the map. Alicia continuing to march forward. He's been hitting this timing all weekend long. We saw him do it against Rhett one time, and he's going to just keep pushing.
I mean, there are so many Zerglings, man. It's only 10 Roaches. There's really not that much DPS in this army of Stephano.
Stephano looks like he wants to set up a big flank or maybe even a counterattack. Look at the Colossi doing such great damage. Here comes Stephano. Roach is going forward.
Fungals.
Fungal's going to go down doing some damage. Corruptor's a little bit late to the party. Does Stephano have enough to kill all? Does he have enough to kill everything? Infested Terrans going down. The Colossi are falling. A lot of Stalkers will remain. The reload is going to be 42 Zerglings, 11 Roaches. He kills the Colossi. Will it be enough? Alicia's going to continue to march forward, but he's only got 130 supply now.
Stephano did exactly what he wanted to do in that fight. Take out the Colossus, take out the expensive units, and make sure Alicia doesn't have any forces anymore. Stephano still has so much money. He has 2,000 minerals. Yes, he doesn't have that much gas, but this is going to be the real challenge for Alicia.
180 supply, a lot of it in Zerglings. Corruptors are going to come forward and drop their little goop on everything. That's all they can really contribute to this fight, well, aside from dealing with these Phoenixes. Roach is doing great work. Immortal's going to fall, and Stephano just looks untouchable. Cleaning up a lot of these Stalkers, maybe all of the Stalkers. 34 more Lings in production. More Infestors on the way as well. Alicia has no more Colossi, no more Immortals, only Stalkers, and a handful of other gateway units. And how do you beat this guy, Kevin?
You know what I always say, man, the moment you warp in Zealots in this phase of the game, you know that the game is not going very well for you. Stephano is just all over the place. So many Roaches, so many Zerglings. His economy has just been so much better since the start.
And he has money to spare, Kev. 2,000 minerals, 500 gas. I mean, he's not even playing perfect. And he is just crushing right now. Coming forward once again with Zerglings and Roaches and Infestors and Corruptors and good force fields by Alicia, but with this much swarm, it doesn't matter. GG, Stephano goes up 3-0.
I don't even think we can say that he makes it look easy anymore, because this is beyond easy. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, the fights that he takes it so well. I really think that Alicia's army was capable of dealing with the army that Stephano has. But somehow the engagement that Stephano gets just once more. We can take another look at that, by the way, guys. I mean, a couple of those fungals for Stephano, they were excellent. It would be awesome to see. Look at those fungals on the bottom side.
They're great fungals, and Stephano never engages from just one angle.
Never.
Look, Ling's sweeping around from every side. That is like a 3-point engagement. And, I mean, there's literally just enough Corruptors to deal with the Colossi. And then he's got the Zergling reload, and Zerglings are great.
And he retreats on the right moment as well. If he stays there and ends up losing a lot of Corruptors, it can get scary again. And of course, Stephano never makes those small mistakes. How often don't you see Corruptors fighting a Phoenix in battles like that, and then we try to point it out like, hey, actually the Zerg players should have done this. Stephano does all those things right, and that's why he makes the fight look so one-sided. But I still believe that Alicia could have done much better in that fight, with better army positioning, with better spread.
Beautiful play from Stephano, and now Alicia finds himself one game away from elimination. Game 4 of this best-of-7 series.
We're there, man.
When we get back.